Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak 2, our last episode. In our next Act 3 for SPG, we looked into the vanished migrant workers, learning that those that had immigrated to Calvard illegally that resembled those native to the region were being targeted by some kind of organization. As we tracked them down with the help of Toa and her contacts to find the Dolo family were tricking them into becoming slaves, defeating the group to save those being taken advantage of. We now resume our Station Street sweep. Let's see. We have a sweep to continue after that big old quest. We've still got one more quest on the board, plus other things. We may as well give him the winged helmet for now, which will get Aaron go up another tier. Stats, strength +5 and agility +5, and the maple fountain pen.
Thank you so much.
Maxes out Marielle aim. We get a unique accessory, a tartan handkerchief. What is that? I wish to wear a tartan handkerchief. Max EP +40, ADF +40, and Arts Evasion 40%. If you want to dodge spells, wear that handkerchief. Alright, let's get sweeping further. Sorry we didn't go with you, comrade. I just feel like some big organization versus one person might be able to handle it better in the long run. Don't know why you can't be involved as well to deal with it short term, though. So you're leaving them to the guild and NGO. I'm sure they'll be in good hands. Now I just need to make sure this doesn't happen again. He's going to continue doing it. His side of the work, isn't he?
Maybe I should pick up a
Time to talk through the store. I've been seeing Beth around quite often lately, but I have a feeling she's avoiding me. Maybe I spoke a little too harshly to her last year. No, you told her what she needed to hear. Still, she seemed awfully down lately, don't you think? Perhaps there's something I could do to help?
Visiting the Weston department store.
Manager Wesley is out at the moment. He's busy investigating the Tyrell Mall. As I'm sure you can imagine, they're the reason for our drop in sales recently. You know, it's been quite some time since we started working with Ilhan. Perhaps we'll be more successful in our opposition if we join forces.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Soul Chef's spare ribs.
Please, come back and...
Please, and what? Spicy sweet spare ribs.
Time.
And time. Hey, Lilia. Hey, everyone, it's been a while. Ever since that whole mess in Lumport, right? I heard you went on a little vacation after. Yep, sure did. Can't say I feel any more rested for it, though. But anyway, what have you been up to lately? You doing all right? I wonder. No need to be all cryptic, dude. We're just asking about how you're feeling after that match we had. Well, I guess you could say it lifted a weight off my shoulders. After meeting Galang and seeing just how much my sister's grown, it really helped put things in perspective for me. So honestly, I think the match was worth it. But you're still not convinced about going back to the Gek school, right? Well, it's not completely out of the question. That being said, however, I don't intend on giving up on running my own pharmacy anytime soon. And who's to say, maybe I'll find some time to follow both paths eventually. Well, as long as you're happy in the end. Pharmacist, Gekka Master, the choice is all yours, bud.
Very well. Ladies and gentlemen,
I've been talking to my family back in Lumport recently. They told me something big was going down in Hayaway. It kind of makes me wonder about what's going to happen with the Gekka school. Will it change with the time? Will it stay the same?
What can I get for you today?
What you sell? Energy bar.
Should you need a break from
just
your
energy jelly
you
anymore.
Please come back soon.
I think I just picked up something. Braces? Should I change my weapon? Nah, then I'd have to start my training all over again. Alvis, are you listening? We still have to get to our next request. Yeah, I heard you. Just give me a second, okay? What could he possibly be thinking so hard about? Oh, Elaine, I heard about what happened over on Nemeth Island.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the remnants of the DG cult and the fourth anguish of the society. Can't even imagine how crazy that must have been. At least we managed to make it all work out in the end. Although I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of them. Make sure you both remain on your guard. Understood. We should be able to give you more of a hand next time. You put in the cart before the horse, don't you think? Yep. You wouldn't have been much help. Well, anyway, we'll be sure to keep an eye out. Be safe, you two. Unless you could have secured the bomb for us. Just how long does Alvis mean to keep me waiting? Anyway, I heard those two substitute Spriggans of yours went missing. I'll help look into it when I have the time, but I'm sure you'll find them soon, Elaine. Why don't we trade info later? Never file them? No, I'd only slow them down if I went. It's probably best that I focus on the jobs in front of me for now. Anyway, be safe out there, Elaine. As for you guys, don't do anything crazy, alright? I can say the same to you.
On the roof of
Hey,
this
you looking
building,
down on me, Spriggan?
You will find a rest area surrounded by greenery.
Long time no see, Van. Enjoying time with your assistants again.
Should you need a break from your
Heard
shopping,
about how you got
you
into
are
it with
more than
ZA
welcome to
recently, and then you were
relax
caught up in some disturbance in Longport? By the way, where are your substitute Spriggans? I can't talk about the details right now, but we've been on the lookout for them. Got a feeling things might get rougher from here on out, though. You'll probably be seeing us around more. Sure, as always, I'll have your weapons looking good as new. Still, it might not have been very long, but I've really liked having Swin and Nadia around. Make sure you bring them back, alright? Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They're
your
our friends
attention,
after all.
please.
It doesn't seem like very much has been going on
On the
lately,
roof of this
but to
building,
tell the truth,
you will find a rest
it
area
kind of feels like the
surrounded by
calm before the
greenery.
storm. Well, anyway, it's best to be prepared. Let me know if you need anything.
Should you need a break from your shopping,
I need a break
you are
from
more
you.
than welcome to relax there.
I can't relax under this pressure. Well, I suppose I should have expected this. We found that some of our customer base has taken to shopping at those new fast fashion stores. Of course, we offer a much wider variety to our guests, especially with our ability to procure items from other establishments, but perhaps I should have been more apprehensive of the Trion Mall from the start.
Welcome! Thank you for coming. Please
Oh, you didn't
stop by
sell new
again.
stuff.
Thank you for visiting the Weston department store.
I will do better. I have a feeling this isn't going to be easy, though. I mean, all
Our
I've
stores
been
have a wide
focused on is
variety
decking
of
myself
fine
out so I
goods
could
for
attract a
sale.
husband. Well, regardless, if Marguerite says I'm doing it wrong, then I'm doing it wrong.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
I used to think Marguerite was just like me. She thought finding a wealthy husband was the key to a happy life. I was trying to figure out how she pulled it off, but I was wrong. She actually likes her husband for more than just his money. What? Weirdo! I completely misunderstood her. I think I even tried putting what she taught me into practice.
Wow, we're so high up.
Alright, let's check out the Mario Kart World Course. I can't believe Western Department Store's holding an event like this. Yeah, so expensive. They really pulled out all the stops too. I'm so excited. Just try not to cause a scene, alright? Yeah, I'll leave the spotlight to the kids for now. I only stopped by because I saw a sign for it. Seems like lots of fun. Once all the kids get tired out, me and Graham are going to take a turn. Maybe we should be a little less shameless about it, Juniper? Orbital RC cars didn't exist back when we were kids, but now there's all kinds of competitions for them. It's been kind of a fascination of ours lately. Don't want to step on the kids' fun though. We should probably just watch for now. Now that I think about it, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, I'm sure it'll come back to me later. Orbital radio control? That's so cool. How much do you think these things go for, Graham? Want to split the cost with me? Aren't you broke, Downey? Look at how smooth they drive. I thought they were just toys at first, but now I want one. Just you watch, I'm going to save up all my mirror and buy every model. My goodness. Wow, they're really pumped up about these things. I guess these kids must really be into cars, huh? Hope they don't get into racing in the future. Don't want them to be as poor as we are.
Very well.
That's like video games.
Those guys are so cool.
We're holding an RC car competition today, and it's all thanks to Mr. Ilhan's connections in Basel. Of course, Mr. Wesley helped too. I guess they've been on pretty friendly terms lately.
What would you like?
Nothing.
Will you stop by again sometime?
What? Ah! No clipping. I mean, it's a bit mean-spirited of me to try to interrupt the race like that. If you talk while I try to get out of this shop, I will break this controller. Thank God. Can't be dealing with more controller drift ever again. Guess who just got her ticket for the Z1 finals tomorrow? I'm so stoked. I couldn't have done it without you, Kopeka. Seriously, I'm so grateful. Of course, anything to see all those sexy races, right? You know, I've actually heard we'll be able to make net reservations for all kinds of things soon. Can you even imagine how convenient that'll be? Greta, you just have to get yourself a T-phone. That's almost too good to be true. You're right, I'll start saving up my mirror. We only had a single dialogue today. How's Clutch doing? Phew, I'm beat. I never thought I'd have to travel so much just to find a job. Take yesterday, for example. To apply to only 2 companies, I traveled for 4 hours by bus and then walked for another 6. Does it usually take so long to get to places in Edith? Or maybe it's just me. But, Guy, do you think you should, like, I don't know, buy your own form of transport so you can go directly there? Like a bike, maybe?
We embarked on a journey to reclaim what was rightfully ours.
I don't think you can trust public transport if you can't, you know, actually understand timetables and stuff. Well, I'm pretty sure some dialogue will have changed here in the Bracer Guild because of what we did.
You can always count on the
Lashkar. Sorry you guys had to deal with my mess. I've been doing better with the guild's help, though. Well, anyway, these are some vegetables I got from work. Please take them. And make sure you tell Mr. Jin I said thanks too. I'm glad to see that Lashkar's doing better. You know, after I confessed to everything, they sent me to the HQ over in Le Mans State. They had me under a re-evaluation, just to make sure I was still worthy of becoming a bracer. But until those results come out, they put some restrictions on me. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed about it all, but I understand the precautions. Plus, having Lashkar come by just to see me feels like a little reward in itself. Lashkar's always wanted to be a bracer, even helped out around the guild for a while. After what happened a couple of weeks ago, well, I'm just glad to see him back on his feet again. I will be seeing plenty more of him here at the guild from now on. Hazel here with the rope him in young thing for bracers. Lashkar came by again to apologize. He acts like it's a duty he needs to fulfill. At least the drug seems to have worn off. But feelings are a little more difficult to get rid of, huh? Both the good and the bad. Well, as long as Lashkar can find a good way of coping with them, I'm sure he won't have any more problems moving forward. And I guess Jin is not here now? It wouldn't surprise me if he's been taken away to report to, like, Bracer HQ or something because of, well, let's face it, the things that went down on the island, it was related to Paradise, the big operation they did before. Yeah.
I think I'll give it a try.
It probably needs a lot of going over that. What do we got? 1 bond max. Spirit dropper. Hey! On to our next area. I guess we'll leave Sidon for now and we'll go Tyrell.
Let's get going.
We'll make this a sweepy episode properly, if you know what I mean. Like a big block and then we'll do another quest maybe. Inspector Daswani. Welcome back, Inspector Daswani. Are you in the middle of an investigation? Well, I wouldn't call it an investigation per se. I've just got a bad feeling lately, like something big's coming. I figured it might be a good idea to patrol around town for some information, just in case, you know. I'm sure that must seem pretty old-fashioned to you young folks. Who does all their investigating by foot anymore? Of course we don't think that. We're just in awe of how thorough you are, Inspector Daswani. I mean, all of our colleagues look up to you. Yeah, they really do. Stoic investigating, swift situation assessment. There's so much you can teach us. Well, I suppose it's rather nice to know my juniors are paying attention, but anyway, if anything happens, just be sure to contact me. Oh, wow, how is he always so cool? Yeah, no kidding. Much better than Nate. Gotta think of it, Nate's head has been in the clouds instead of his work lately, almost as if something's weighing on him. I'm not about to insinuate myself into his private life, but the sooner he gets back on solid ground, the better. A lot of our newer officers either shrink in fear, Inspector Daswani, or write him off as a relic of the past, but his track record speaks for itself. The man climbed his way up the ladder 1 rung at a time. If anything, we should be tipping our caps to him.
100 days. Now play.
Leave it to Inspector Daswani to use old tricks to break new ground. He might not look it, but we younger officers know full well what a compassionate soul he can be. I mean, the man's got Nate for a direct subordinate. The fact he hasn't given up on him says it all. Nate bashing central taking place here.
I get to go shopping with Mommy.
You get to go shopping with Mommy. Kind of think of it, don't you have some kind of dream, Marilyn? You know, like becoming an actress or an idol? They're pretty competitive industries, but I can't imagine you'd have much trouble fitting in. You're always up to date on all the latest trends. Yeah, no kidding. And you've got so many connections too. I mean, weren't you the one that introduced me to Shakar? And that's not to mention how pretty you are. You'd be a top seller in no time. While I appreciate all the flattery, I'm not really super keen on joining the entertainment world. Besides, I have something else lined up for me. Mysterious as ever, Marilyn. She sure does have plenty of mirror, though. Maybe she's living up in the shadows. There's no need to worry for my sake. I've already found my life's calling, believe it or not. What is it then? This isn't even scratching the surface of the many mysteries of Marilyn. The biggest one in my book is why she seems to have it in for me all the time. To be honest, I've always seen Marilyn as a closed book. It'd be nice if she opened up to me more, but I still consider us besties anyway, so it's whatever. Let's go this way. Now, where's the newest Bravely Legends volume? Aha, there we are. That's an instant buy for me. I'll admit my eyes would often wander over to this section while searching for work-related materials, but these days I can save time looking at resources and gathering information on my T-phone. That gives me the freedom to enjoy my favorite comics out in the open. Speaking of Bravely Legends, last week's chapter featured a stark deviation from its usual material. Weaving elements of underworld wheeling and dealing into the plot was both fresh and captivating. No doubt. But it did come as a surprise seeing Jace Segal draw on that topic in particular. I have to wonder what spurred it on. Hello there, Albert. And yes, so the business you mentioned having to take care of this afternoon really was your part-time job. Speaking of which, I completely forgot that I was scheduled for a shift today. I wound up having to cancel my appointment with Odette at the last minute. Oh, Albert, don't go overexerting yourself if you're tired, alright? That's a funny thing to say, given how much harder you've been working on, yes? You seem to be managing pretty well for yourself, though, so I wouldn't harp on it. Well, if it's rest and relaxation you need, there's nothing more refreshing than a trip to the sauna. That sounds pretty tempting, actually. Hey, hold on, since when did you have a stake in this conversation? Now. How can I let my work schedule just slip my mind like that? Clearly I'm in need of a good long break. You don't want to do that. Holidays are
really nice.
Terrible here in Samaria. Killer, you could say. One secret to our popularity is that we always strive to keep our customers engaged. That includes doing fairs and collaborations on a regular basis in order to keep ourselves relevant. Last year we had a tie-in with a film festival instead of a booth at the Revolution Festival. And if all goes well, we'll be holding yet another different event here tomorrow.
Oh, please take as
Soul
much
Chef
time as you
Nefe.
need.
And the world from Solaris for Katara. A photo book of the Tian Shan mountain range's night sky.
I hope to see you again.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
Oh, please take as much time as you need. I hope to see you again.
I just want to exchange for some more money. Instantly addictive Nefe. I have no clue what that is, but it looks like a cake.
Here's your schedule.
And the Wolf of Solaris.
Thank you.
That will get you to the next level. Good job, Katara. You get some ATS and ADF.
Well,
Our bond will heighten.
I found this cute little shop.
And ascend to the heavens.
Ooh, look at those clothes.
So you've heard about the supposed entertainment maestro, right? It's some guy who's involved in producing all of these super successful movies and events, but he's never shown himself in public. Yeah, everyone I know is talking about it. Can't really tell how much of it's true, though. I wonder who he is. Everyone on the net's just taking shots in the dark. Well, the guy's got to be pretty experienced, yeah? Man, it's crazy that he's produced so many genres. Calling him just a genius would be putting it lightly. I'm not saying I believe them, but this sort of rumor always sparks up some real crackpot theories, especially when it comes to anonymous legends. Message boards go off the deep end trying to piece together their identities. I've even seen some people say the entertainment maestro is actually the president in disguise, and that's just for starters. Rumors like these tend to lose their luster once the veil of intrigue gets taken off. But still, hearing about a maestro who actually has something to show for it really makes you wonder who they might be.
Indeed.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Rosette is enraptured. Hey, Kohan, where have you been this whole time? You could have at least told us where you were going. I was practically holding on by a thread without you. Oh, I didn't really go anywhere. I just had a few errands to deal with, you know? Sorry you had to cover for me. Oh, come on. Do you really think I'd fall for such an obvious lie? It's not like I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, if it was some top secret mission, just say so. Otherwise, spill the beans, Kahan. Fine, I went to a martial arts training camp, alright? She doesn't need to know I was there as a spy, though. Kahan's really got to learn how to trust me more. I already know about his big secret. Even if I didn't, we're still co-workers. Yeah, but keeping you separated is probably a good thing for you. Apologies, I've said too much. My lips are sealed as far as Heiwei is concerned.
May I help you?
Well, I'll have the red dragon mapo tofu. The fans of spicy food begging for more.
Thank you.
Well, look who it is. Been a while since Arkride Solutions had a company get-together here. I heard about your escapades in Lomport, as well as your running with Sao a few days afterwards. So you already know what went down on Nemeth. Doesn't sound like it stopped you from taking a back seat, though. I got an overview of what the Lee family's deal is. Were there any updates on that front? Well, nothing has changed in any major way. Essentially, all is going according to Sao's design. The Liu family still has quite a bit of work to work through, however, so I doubt it'll be smooth sailing. Everybody's dancing in the palm of that asshole's hand then, huh? Pisses me off like you wouldn't believe. Guess that means we better keep our eyes open for any more activity from Heiwei. Ideally, we won't get dragged into it ourselves. Let's be ready to pivot just in case. At this point, Heiwei's current turmoil doesn't allow for any of us to take a back seat, as you so put it. Just be sure to watch yourselves out there.
My, this is positively delectable.
Check probably the toilet. Who's up here today?
Eastern cuisine is
Salvatore Gotti and Director Lam. Well, it isn't Van. Fancy meeting you here. I'm glad to see you're all doing well. Oh, hey, Gotti, Lam. You two going over plans for that big collab you mentioned? Got it in one, Van. We've actually just about finished filming for it, too. All that's left is a little fine-tuning and drawing up a layout for the final scene. We managed to work out most of our plans before film, but Gotti and I couldn't help adding a few additions. There are quite a few surprises in this one. I believe the ending will be even more provocative than either of us expected. Sounds like you two are pretty fired up about this. I can't wait to see it in theaters. You've all done your fair share in helping us both, so we were planning on inviting you to the initial screening. Just you wait, kiddos. It'll be the one for the history books. Oh yeah, RMS Academy's holding their school festival in April, aren't they? Production should reach a good stopping point by then. Maybe we'll swing by and see what kind of passion those kids can drum up. I don't want you at a school.
Alrighty.
Yeah, good fan reaction. Thank you once again for your assistance on Nemesis Island. It was a tense few days, but that's only made it all the more memorable. For better or worse. Perhaps that's also why my last meeting with Director Gotti feels like such a distant memory. At any rate, I look forward to bouncing ideas off one another. It's always a joy to see a project take shape. Right, where to next?
Let's see how I do.
Pink Hazelfish. Pink Hazelfish big catch is in this stupid little fountain? Oh, I have it.
Let's see how I do.
I must have already got it, yeah. I already committed to the dub. To be honest, it was still like the highest, easiest one to get, so... Oh, cinema's open.
Have you heard the news?
The cinema's open, yeah. I saw the news. It's open again.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale.
Oh,
at the
away
shop.
from home at last. This theater is just so much more comfortable to me.
Why not buy a souvenir?
The one
to
over at
remember
the
your
Trio
visit?
Mall has an acceptable lineup, so long as you can stomach the way they've styled the place. But they just can't beat the good old-fashioned feel of Esprit or their expertly curated selection. What's more, it's close to where I live. Movie-going in a familiar environment is the best and only way for me.
Thank you for your visit today.
They mentioned rehauling their sound system, and sure enough, it's easier to pick out the finer details in the audio. My ears have gone bad with age, so it's a real treat being able to hear the music and effects so crisply and cleanly.
Enjoy the film.
As your senses deteriorate, it gets harder to notice changes in the score, and if a song features vocals, good luck making out the lyrics. Esprit Cinema is once again open for business. Your patience has been much appreciated. The renovations were a time-consuming affair, but such is the fate of a vintage structure like ours. It did give me a new appreciation for this building's history, which stretches back to the very dawn of movie making itself. At any rate, we are now able to provide a more comfortable experience to our guests. I hope you'll continue to make us your theater of choice. Incidentally, when you watch a movie, are you aware of the name and style of the studio that produced it? Here in Calvard, there are currently 4 companies that dominate this industry: Vegas Films, Calvin Pictures, United Star, and Orion Films. Each one has its own unique flair that characterizes the work it puts out. Attempting to identify these tendencies through the films that are playing can be quite enjoyable, I find. Is your mum in the loo? Feels like I haven't been here in forever, and it's not even like it was closed for that long. It's fine though. According to the listings, Esprit's going to be playing movies that aren't showing at the other theater too. It's kind of annoying how far the mall is from my house, but I don't mind going to either depending on what I'm up for. Makes sense to play different movies. I'm going to watch the Saga of Ravana today, in case you're wondering. People are saying it's so flashy it hurts. This is my first time seeing a movie that a studio from Alsheim worked on.
Thank you for your visit
Wonder how it'll
today.
be. I've watched that one, I think.
The showing on screen 2 will soon begin.
Welcome to
Please
Esprit
silence your
Cinema's
phones
grand
and enjoy
reopening.
the
Your
film.
patience has been greatly appreciated. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by our audio and air conditioning equipment renovations. But on the bright side, we are now able to provide an even better movie watching experience to our guests.
We have merchandise
We hope you'll
for
take the
movie
time
on
to
sale at
enjoy
the
it
shop.
with us. By the way, about the movies
Why
we
not
have
buy a
displayed on the
souvenir to
banners out
remember
front,
your visit?
I'm afraid our theatre will only be screening them at limited showtimes. My apologies in advance. I hear they're always playing at the Orbital Multiplex over at the Tyrell Mall, though. Okay. I got some time to kill today.
Thank you
Nothing
for
to
your
stop me
visit
from
today.
catching 2 movies this time.
Welcome.
Would you like to purchase a
The
ticket
showing
on both
screen 2
places?
will soon begin.
My Casablanca, the Saga of Ravana, Return of the King.
If you have a ticket, please
I have
proceed
not
to the
watched
entrance.
My Casablanca. I'm pretty sure. So we've currently watched 6 movies. We've watched the Saga of Ravana. So I guess we're watching one here and one the other place.
Welcome.
So isn't that the movie we just saw during the thing or not?
We have
I think we did,
merchandise for
right?
the movie
We saw
on
it
sale
with
at
the
shop.
event, Nina Fenley.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember
And how many
your
are you in your
visit?
party? Oh shoot, who to take? Good point. Damn it, I forgot about that consideration. I don't know if these considerations really matter that much in this point, but you know. Rosette is on 75, so another 25 will get you. We get 25 from this, or is it 20? I think it's 25. If I take Judith and Rosette. Judith and Rosette.
Welcome.
For this one. I feel like
Thank you for your visit today.
Judith will be bored.
The
I
showing on
don't
screen
know.
1
She actually
will
loves
soon
movies.
begin.
I did read the right one, right? It was My Casablanca. I didn't just order the other one. Man decided to let everyone loose so he could watch a movie during his work break. After inviting some company to tag along with him, they made their way to the theatre. So this will be the full showing, not just the little bit we saw. I think I should probably save just in case I make some mistakes like that at this point in time. Helena, a third year at a prestigious all-girls school and head of its library committee, does not get along with her first-year subordinate, Sherry. Being an austere young lady of high birth, she has exceptionally little tolerance for Sherry's childish, impish behavior. One day, Helena finds an exchange diary in the library, its author desiring a pen pal. Intrigued, she writes a response under a pseudonym. Adopting the guise of a kind, caring upperclassman, Helena continues the correspondence and her relationship with her pen pal deepens. Eventually, as their exchanges become more personal in nature, Helena comes to realize her secret recipient may in fact be Sherry. As time passes, Helena notices gradual shifts in Sherry's disposition, with her looking more downcast by the day. While she could find nary a trace of melancholy within her notes, Helena's worries festered all the same, leading her to confront Sherry directly. Although initially hesitant, Sherry confesses that she's fallen in love with a classmate she had been exchanging notes with. In that moment, Helena felt a tinge of joy, but she is taken back. Her last failed relationship with a girl still fresh on her mind. Out of a desire to protect him from that same pain, Helena tries to convince Sherry to cut off her feelings for her alter ego.
You're merely playing a game of make-believe. I assure you it won't last. These kinds of fickle relationships are all too common here. Besides, You've heard that people who engage in that sort of thing often become an object of idle gossip and ridicule, yes?
I understand that. It's just...
Oh, don't tell me you actually believe that pen pal of yours is your dream soulmate. How juvenile. Flights of romantic fancy are all well and good, but I think it's about time you grew up, Sherry.
I get it now. This is your way of being kind, isn't it? You're denying my feelings so I won't get hurt.
What are you saying? Did you not listen to a single word I said?
I did a lot of thinking about who this girl could be. I wondered, who is this person that's comforting me with all these kind words? And then, I saw you. I saw you put the diary back in its hiding place.
You saw that? But the person you developed feelings for is nothing more than a fabrication. They aren't the rigid girl you see before you.
That's not true. The girl I see in front of me is shy, and she hides her kindness behind a thin veil of austerity. If I were to put my feelings into words, how would I write them? Maybe you can teach me, Helena.
We don't need to write them down, Sherry. Because they're already engraved in our hearts.
I wonder if there really is such a thing as a soulmate. Now, there's something I never thought I'd hear from... sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You've helped me out so much that sometimes I forget you're still only 20. I understand. Please don't worry about it. It's just that the last time I felt both the joys and pains of falling in love was several years ago. To yearn for someone and feel it so intensely. Mirabelle once told me that love obscures all reason. Okay, I think I can get away with saying I never thought Mirabelle would say something like that. I know we watched it during our movie marathon on Nemeth Island, but I was totally absorbed by Nina's performance all over again. Yeah, I really liked her shift in expression at the end. Really sold the idea that her heart was wavering. I'm also impressed by you. You're always praising Nina. You don't seem jealous about her successes. You're a real good friend. Huh? Oh, I guess I never really thought about it like that. I've kind of always thought of jealousy as feelings of inferiority due to lack of effort. It also helps that Nina and I are on totally different paths. Besides, it'd get boring real quick if I was the only actress around. Fair point. Instead of being frustrated with yourself for the skills you lack, channel that energy into training so you can get them. I respect that. Hey, it looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resume their work. Alright, rank 3 for Judith. Strength ATS.